And there we are. Here we are live at Will Work for Recovery at 4026 Washington Avenue. My name is Rambo Barbie.
I'm Big O.
I'm Nick.
I'm Tiffany.
And this is the Rule 62 podcast where we don't take ourselves too seriously. I mean, tonight we might a little bit.
A little bit.
We're going to talk about grief tonight. Yeah. So I think that this Sprite has leaked. I think that's what that viscous substance is that we were... There's sticky on the
yeah. Last week. Yeah.
I just like to say viscous and viscosity. Fabulous words they are. Yeah. So we're talking about grief tonight. I shared tonight about how my aunt died last week, and then a day later her son died. I was blessed to be able to show up for my family clean and sober. And I was able to find a meeting on Saturday. We landed Friday. And my daughter and I were able to make some memories. And, I have a hard time with the whole God situation.
Right.
And I don't believe in ghosts. Even if I did, I wouldn't admit that I do. Okay. So we're walking. I wish my daughter was here because it's so much better when you have verifiable another person. Like the craziest thing I've ever experienced in my life happened. So we're like, it's Sunday. My daughter and I went for a walk, and I was kind of showing her some places because, there's where we were at is in Belfair, Washington, and it's it goes Seattle, Tacoma, and you're coming in, and there's some smaller areas to get to the peninsula. And I'm from the peninsula, and long story longer, where we were staying is called Belfair, and it's a really tiny town, but it's a hub. It's it's the little armpit where you can decide you're going to go up into the mountains, over to the ocean, or to the inland. So it's a lot of traffic right there. But if you walk 35, 40 feet behind any building on that busy street where there's constantly traffic, you're in forest and you're just immersed in a different world. It's quiet. It's just you in the woods. And I used to run in these woods all the time and find slugs, and it was cool, right? Because we don't have that kind of crap here. And so I took my daughter and I wanted to show her some things. Well, we came back a different way. It's a really small town. We came back a different way, and there's a parking lot. It's all black asphalt. It's a parking lot, and then it's an easement driveway up to a cul-de-sac to where my mom lives. Now, these things are attached, right? And there's the parking lot and the driveway.
Barbie, slow down.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I want everybody else to share, and it's a lot. So anyway, we're walking back, and I was just going to turn to tell her, hey, I don't know why I took us up this way because it's misting. It's rainy out there, now we got to climb down a couple of rocks, just a minor inconvenience, right? But right as I turned to tell her, hey, I'm sorry, I don't know why we went this way, her and I both noticed I'm telling you, a 3 to 5 pound pile of perfectly polished agates. They were deliberately put there. There was seashells in there. Now understand, we're by Washington, but we're not by the ocean, right? We're several hours from the ocean. So there shouldn't have been seashells and coral and all these agates. Somebody deliberately dropped them. And my daughter, she's very spiritual. She believes in God and all the things. And I'm just confused. And she goes, hey, Mom, that this is a gift. This is a gift from somebody, a pile like this, blah, 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 right? And that's all that was said. And we're filling our pockets with these agates because, how cool is that, right? And we're filling them up, and we go the rest of the way. It's a couple hundred feet up to my mom's door. And right as we're about to get to I had been really upset. My cousin that died, we were just on our way to go pick him up for supper. And when we pulled up, there was a lady in the driveway, and she had let us know that the ambulance had come and taken my cousin Steven 20 minutes before we got there. And I was real upset. I didn't get to see him before he died. And then when he died, they would only let my mom and my uncle up to see him. So I, again, didn't get to see him before we left. And I was really upset. And I had been thinking about him, and he wouldn't get out of my mind when we found these agates. And so our pockets are heavy, and every pocket is full of all these agates, and we don't say anything. I'm really sad, and I'm having a hard time processing. And I had been pretty much quiet the whole weekend. And we get right a couple, 2-3 feet from my mom's front door. And I stopped, and my cousin was in front of me, and I got to hug him one more time. And I whispered in his ear, I'm glad you're okay. Now, nothing was said. I didn't say anything. I just stopped quietly, and I gave my cousin a hug. Now, I was right in front of my daughter, and she was right here. We didn't say anything. We walked inside, and I looked at my mom, and I said, I'm pretty sure Steven just came and hugged me and said goodbye. And that kind of stuff freaks me out. And my daughter immediately starts flipping out. She's like, stop, wait, what? Shut up. Right now, that just happened outside. I saw that. I knew that was him. And now she's never met him. it was pretty profound. And I don't know who or what God is. I don't know what I think about the afterlife, and I'm not good at grief, death, and family. And all of those things were put together this weekend, and I managed to stay clean. So I don't know about grief, but
I got a question.
Yeah.
Earlier, you said in the middle of your rant, you said, your grief isn't my grief. My thorns are out. Don't come try to hug me.
Yeah,
right.
I did say that in the meeting. I did. Yeah.
In the meeting. I know.
Yeah.
I just want to challenge that.
You seen me hugging people though.
No, not the hugging part.
No.
The your grief ain't my grief part. I personally believe that people are like 99% the same. The 1% accounts for all the differences we think are there.
Right.
You know, and I just don't want you to get into a mind frame of uniqueness, because, you know, that's an added lie. So, you know, we get into the habit of telling ourselves, my grief ain't your grief, and my grief feels differently than your grief, and you can't understand my grief.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's a lie that'll trap us within ourselves.
You're right.
I don't want to see that happen to you.
Right. Yeah, I'm really bitter right now. I'm really upset, and I know I should really be grateful that I did get to show up clean. I'm like really I'm like grasping desperately at gratitude, because I just don't have it, and I'm angry. I'm pissed off that I have to be here. I'm pissed off that I didn't get to stay with my mom. I'm pissed off that like I don't get to. This weekend they're having a double memorial service, you know.
Jeez.
Yeah. And so, you know, I haven't seen most of my family for 10 plus years, you know, most of them for over 20 years.
Right.
So have you guys ever heard of the theory that people that you have sex with, a little bit of their spirit
stays with
you,
and a little bit of you stays with
total
them.
believer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and because we're all made up of energy, that we transfer energy to each other. Do you believe that at least a little bit of that can happen with people that you hug and love on a daily basis?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, man. I mean, like, yeah, your grief is my grief, especially when it comes to the people in these rooms that I love and that I hug all the time. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I hadn't thought of it that way, but yeah, I think that too, for sure.
I definitely agree. And like what I said to you in the meeting, like when I said, like, you're a huge, like, wrecking ball for this program, right? Like your vibe, your energy and everything like that, like, comes out. And listening to you speak, I could feel that, you know. And it's like you said, your grief is my grief, you know, because I feel for you. You know, I lost my dad in 2020. The first place I came was this meeting. I was sober at the time. Now, mind you, I relapsed shortly after. His life celebration was on the 22nd, and I relapsed on the 21st of January. So my dad's 6 years just passed by, actually on the 8th of this month. And for the first time in 6 years, I got to be fully sober to actually feel that. And instead of, like, you know, the grief, kind of the sadness, like, I celebrated the time that I did get, the time that he was sober, because he was in recovery when he did pass. But he passed from hypertension from all his years of, you know, drug use, you know, drug use, you know. And it's crazy because, like, I hear or like out in the streets all the time, like, oh, meth don't kill, you know, meth don't kill.
Absolutely, it does.
It does. Right. It does. It might not get you till about, you know, 6 to 10 years after, but the damage that we do to our bodies and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It definitely does. And grief is a hard thing to deal with when you're in recovery or when you're using, either way, you know. But when you're in recovery, it's like, it is hard. And I would definitely look up to her for coming back sober. And even though she says she's angry, I can see, like, you know, she's pushing forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, of course there's anger. You know, I mean, like, I look at it like here's this person who I love, who I care for. All of this energy and this emotion is built up, and it usually has a place to go. It's towards that person who I love and care for.
Right.
And now it's no place for it to go.
Yeah.
You know, and that is painful in and of itself. It's like, I don't even know what to compare it to, you know. But, you know, just recently, about a week and a half ago, I buried my auntie. Now, amongst my mother's brothers and sisters, she was one of two that was left. So it's only one left now.
Dang.
And I did something I usually don't do. Is I walked up and I actually, because I usually do not go anywhere near a funeral, much less the body.
Yeah.
You know, that's heavy stuff.
Same.
But I a little bit of exposure therapy. I went up to her and I actually put my hand on her hand. And by the way, I don't know if you've done that or not, but it is mind blowing when you feel the coldness and you know that there's no life there. It's like
weird. It's eerie.
It's real final.
You
know, and I just really told myself before I touched her hand, I was like, I'm gonna accept this for what it is. You know, she's gone. She lived her life. She went on her own terms, and release that energy that is no longer gonna have a place to go. Just go ahead and release it into her. So,
real quick, we got a couple of comments. Joshua Lucier, 610 and 24th Avenue ice shooting. Be careful, everyone. It's just terrible. They are just. I'm so sick of this shit. Michael Raymond Salkowski. Hi, y'all. Miss y'all. We miss you too, Mike.
Hello.
Tiana. A lot of words. Hi, Tiana. Hey, y'all. See you Friday.
Hey.
Yes.
Is she the one that knocks it out of the park every weekend?
What's her name?
Tiana.
I don't.
Is that girl that she does Lauryn Hill perfect?
No, that's just Jessica. That'd be doing the Lauryn Hill.
No, not Jessica that gave me this. No. Never mind. Anyway, grief.
Heavy.
It is and I.
Speaking of grief, can we talk about the people? Because all over the city, I ride the bus. All over the city, if you just sit there long enough and ear hustle a little bit, you hear people talk about what's going on in the city right now and how unsafe they feel and how confused they feel about how to move forward and what to do in what situations. It's a very heavy. Grief is heavy on the city right now.
As a matter of fact, somebody a newcomer to the program in general, but I was at a different meeting and met somebody and they asked for my number, and of course, whatever. And I went through the thing like, I can't be your sponsor, but I can be your buddy, you know what I mean? And I got a call from this person this weekend and they were very distraught, up and just tears up and evil, like just talking about what's going on here in the cities. I had somebody video call me to show me the what do they call it? The protest. Yeah, my daughter wanted to go to one today and I was like, please don't. Please don't.
You never know
So
right.
This is kind of a little bit of a sketchy subject for us to talk about on this program because I'm afraid it can get political really quick. Yeah, we don't want to do that.
No,
I mean, as a
it's
program,
just scary though.
As a program, we believe that everybody has the right to their feelings.
Yes.
Right. So people who are feeling that way have a right to feel that way, and the people who feel that that's foolish or whatever have a right to their feelings also.
I agree.
And I really just don't want to get political.
For sure.
Absolutely. I can touch on too something like grief and loss, for someone who isn't always gone either. A lot of people in this program don't get to see their kids that are still living, walking around.
That was me for 8 years. I'm just getting my kids back in my life now. I still have one that I have not seen and coming up on 9 years.
Yeah. My son he just turned 10 in November and I adopted him out when he was 3. And it's hard to grieve somebody who is still living.
It is.
And there's not much you can do about that situation, right? But just keep pushing forward every day in hopes that, they will come around when they get that age, when they can, if it's a case like mine where you've adopted out or your rights are terminated, you just got to keep hope alive. You know what I mean? And I believe, my dad came up with this acronym for HOPE, hold on, pain ends. And it does.
Oh yeah. That's been around for a minute.
Yeah. He told me that back the year that he died. And I got it tattooed on me. But it's hard for parents in recovery to not have their kids in their lives. Or
100%.
That's another aspect of grief that's hard to touch base on.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. So my oldest daughter, I didn't find out about her till she was 2.5 years old. And I was, I used to get her every other weekend when she was young, and when she turned 7, I was a horrible parent. I would be out partying every weekend when I had her, so I would just try to get her to bed as soon as possible, and the next day I'd be hungover and she'd want to play, and I'd be laying on the couch like, just leave me alone, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And when she was 7, they decided to take her out of my life, that she didn't need me as a father anymore. All my friends would tell me just that, like, well, someday she'll grow up and she'll realize, and just hold on and wait, and I did that. Like, her mom told me, like, I tried to fight a little bit at first, and her mom would tell me, well, every time you call her, she ends up crying for the next 2 days.
Yeah.
So please just leave her alone. And I was like, well, I don't want to do that to her. So I left her alone. And I took the advice of my friends who said, someday, she'll come around. And, when she was about 20 years old, she did come around. But the fact of the matter is, I lost out on her whole life.
Right. I have a exact situation like that.
Get that back.
Yeah. Right. Yep. Yeah. My middle daughter, she just came back into my life. She's 20 years old. I've never really been in her life, but I was that kid too, and we only ever got to see my birth mother every 4 years if we were lucky. And that messed me up every time for years. And it would take me years. And every time she would call, I would like chop all my hair off or tear all my skin off. Like, it got progressively worse because I don't deal with these kinds of things properly. Like, I don't have good outlets, right? So I just destroy myself, right? It's not like that now, but it took a long time, and when I finally did see her, because somebody had told me the same exact thing, like, how that felt for you, how that destroyed you, her coming in and out like that. Don't do that to her. So I didn't. Right. But what I didn't anticipate was that she would be so upset with me. You didn't even try. Well, I did try. Yeah. I did try. But then every time it like seemed to make things worse. And I remembered being that kid. So I stayed out thinking I was doing her a favor because I wasn't clean anyway.
Right.
But she's still mad. She's still pissed off. Like, you weren't there. You didn't care. You didn't try. Like, it's going to take time.
Yeah.
So the grief on top of trying to, like, your own grief, and then other, handling it like your kids' grief at you too. Those are real heavy subjects, and really death on top of it.
Yeah.
All right. So I got a question for the group.
Yes.
Earlier during the man's meeting, we had a topic about, the question when people ask, what are you going to do differently?
Oh.
And I always said I used to hate that question so much because I don't know what I'm going to do differently, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you asking me this question for? Stop it.
Yeah.
So here we are. And the question is, what do you do to cope? What do you do to take care of yourself during grief? And answer that however you want to. What do you do? How do you cope?
So I didn't know what I was going to do. And we made this, our tickets alone were $710 that I could not afford. Like, I had to have help, you know what I mean? And I'm panicking over that. And I'm panicking over this and that. And we don't have real idea. Like, I'm all these things, right? And just any one of those things that happened just before we left would have been enough to send me back out before, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But we got there, and then finding the wine in her fridge, any number of these things, her having a seizure, like them offering drinks on the plane, you know what I mean? And I'm not even a drinker anymore. That was my first thing, you know what I mean? But I didn't know what else to do. And when I don't know what else to do, I know that no matter where I'm at, as long as I'm in America, for sure, I can find a meeting. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did. I found a meeting because I didn't know what else to do. And the devil was getting real interesting looking, like it was coming. I was like, man, I'm real thirsty. You know what I mean? Yes, but I made sure to get my ass to a meeting.
Hell yeah.
I didn't know what else to do. And I talked about it. I talked about it for hours with my mom till she was like falling asleep. But I had to, because if I don't talk about it, I'm going to use over it. Mm-hmm. That's my piece. That's my answer.
All right.
So much came to mind when you just asked that question. Like, when I did my 5th step with my sponsor, and he wanted me to point out my part in my resentments, and one of them was against my dad because he left.
That's hard.
My mom and dad took me to the circus when I was 7 years old, and when it was over, they said, Dad's leaving with the circus, and he did, right? Oh, and one of my resentments was against him, and I was like, well, I don't have any part in that. It's not my fault he left. Like, it was. And my sponsor was like, well, your part is your expectations of your father, first of all, of what a father should be.
Yeah, that's heavy.
And what are you going to do different than what he did? What did you learn from that? That's your part.
Oh, wow.
Right. Your looking at your expectations and what you learned from the situation, right? And how are you going to treat your kids different? And like so far up until then, I treated my kids almost the same way my dad treated me.
Right. No lessons learned.
And another thing that came to mind is what we were talking about in the meeting tonight about regrets. And one of the promises of this program is we will not regret the past, nor wish to shut the door on it. Right. And how do we get that promise? By working the steps. Right. If we do a step 4 and we do a moral inventory of ourselves, we should come up with most of the regrets that we have. And these are actually the 9th step promises. So once we've done a step 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, we should be at the point where we're getting that promise of not regretting the past and wish to shut the door on it. And they have a saying in AA that if you have one foot in the past and one foot in the future, you're pissing all over today, right? So one thing I know to do about it is one thing I know is to not sit and regret the past and just do what I can today. But on the other hand, I don't know what the hell to do today about the situation. I love my daughter. I love talking to her, and like she's one of my favorite people to talk to on the phone. But we barely know each other. We don't really know each other like a father and daughter should. And now she has 2 of my 2 grandchildren.
Don't go shoulding on yourself.
Thank you.
So it's a nasty.
It is a bad habit.
All I'm saying is I don't know what to do about it. Like she's busy all the time. I'm busy. If I'm not busy, she's busy. If she's not busy, I'm busy. And like she's constantly going she's going on cruises and going to Florida and like she's
Big
living life.
Stuff.
Yeah, she's living a good life, which I'm really happy to see. But at the same time, I want to get to know my grandchildren. I want to get to know her, and I love talking with her. Like she's really a good person. I love it. I wish that I could have more time with her. I just don't know how to do that.
I'm trying to share.
That's a major piece of grief in itself.
Right. Yeah.
Do you journal?
No.
Me neither.
Can you be convinced to journal?
I've started. I like my ADD.
I hope our viewing audience saw your face.
What did I do?
Putting it to the paper is like.
Tiffany, can you make the face you just?
I didn't even see it. Oh my god.
It was like.
Was it like yuck journal?
Yes. Yes, it was like yuck.
Only because, listen, I used to diligently journal, and my husband, certain courts of law have used my journals against me. So,
too.
Husband.
Yeah, because he was my husband. Yeah, husband. Yeah.
The reason I bring up journaling, I'm not to cut you off from your moments.
No, go for it.
The reason I bring up journaling, because that's like one of my favorite things to do just in life in general, but especially when talking about grief, because like what journaling does for me is it gives me the opportunity to like put it on paper and then I can look back at it almost from a third party perspective. Like, how you can give your friend your best advice ever, but you can't give it to yourself.
Right.
In you.
Yep.
Yeah. Putting it on paper helps me be able to do some of that and be able to categorize like, oh, hey, this is what I'm going through right here. I thought it was something else, but
what's my priority?
Yeah. And then when I get to talk to people who I care about and share about it, I can share authentically about what's actually happening and give them a chance to actually support me in the best way possible.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always talking about journaling and really pushing it hard. If it's possible to convince people to do it, do that shit.
I was going to say, like my ADD too. Okay. So I have a journal that goes all the way back to 2017.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, that's really good stuff. And I do. I read it a lot actually. And I found that I journaled a lot more when I was using.
Yeah.
Because when I got sober, mind you, the meth took its way out and the ADHD came right in.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so, my counselor is like, you should journal every day. And I've gotten one journal entry in 32 days. I've been clean now.
Yeah.
But I'm working on it. And I did look back and I do see like a lot of positive and negative and things I went through, like with my dad. And it, you know, at the time it really helped me. And to look back and like, see, like, I'm like, you know, just my entries, I mean, from all those years ago, you know, I started coming here in 2018. So it's crazy to go through the times of like when I was sober to when I was using to when I lost my son, you know, my dad, all those. And I have all those and I can look back and like relive that moment. Right. And, you know, we touched on like regret and stuff like that. Never shut the door on it. Right. You know, for me, I feel like that's already come because I don't take myself too seriously. Like I'm not taking myself for what I've done. You know what I mean? Like this, I don't regret it because it's a part of me. It made me who I am, where I'm going, right? What I'm doing differently, mind you, is I'm going to work the steps.
Hey.
Amen on that.
Yes.
Because that is something I have never done.
I got an extra step working guide if you need it.
I haven't. So listen, Miss Gracie gave me an NA step workbook.
I got the step working guide for it.
Do you?
Yeah,
Okay,
I have an extra one.
I think I might have both of them already because Miss Gracie was on me back in 2 years ago, mind you. I never opened the book, not one time. I snuck out and went and did more research before she could get to me.
Yeah.
You know, but which is why I touch base on that too, because, you know, these people in these rooms, they do get hurt when we go back out there.
They do.
You know?
Yeah, they do.
You know what I mean? And you don't think about that. But boy, when I came back in here and Paul had said something, I said, Paul, how are you doing it back? You know what I mean? He looked at me and he's like, not you again. I'm like, well, dang, you know, like how's that supposed to make someone feel? And honestly, if I didn't know Paul, I might have went back out and made an excuse to be like, whatever. Oh, F this place.
Is there any tissue in the room? I'm sorry.
No, there should be though. But there's not.
There should be.
I'll go get you some.
No, it's okay. I can.
No, I'm not having that. We're not having snot nose on the show.
No, okay.
But
Thank you.
But you know, like just showing up and showing out and being of service to this place
For sure.
gives me so much happiness and joy. I swear.
Epiphanies with Tiffany coming up soon.
Yes. And I'm super excited for that. And you know, a lot of people touch base on that relationship tip and like addiction to sex. And I tell you what, if God has ever given me a calling, it is that. I hate to say it. I mean, and I don't even hate to say it because like, my drugs of choice were DMT, meth, and men, and I abused the hell out of all of them. You know what I mean? And I think that goes for everybody, men included, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That goes for, you know, other sex. So it's just crazy to think like, you know,
there might be two people out there in the viewing world that can't relate to the subject. Other than that,
I think
so. You know, I have a journal that goes all the way back to 2017 too.
Oh wow!
January 1st.
Wow.
And then that's also my last entry in that journal. Because on January 2nd, my ADD took over. I also got one that goes all the way back to January 1st, 2019. And that was also my last entry. And that one, because the next day my ADD took over. Like I tried a journal. And people say that I should keep a, what do they call those? Like the daily
gratitude journal?
Like a daily daykeeper or whatever.
A planner.
Planner. Like they say that'll help with your ADD.
Oh, really?
But
it's supposed to.
I can never remember to go right in. I'll
part.
In it one time.
You know what? I love planners so much. And when I was
like
younger,
8 of them.
Dude, every year I get a planner and I never use it because I forget I have it, and then I'm pissed off because I don't know where it's at, and I want to use it.
Yeah. I've left mine in my backpack literally for I think
ages.
Ages. I literally pulled it out, and my counselor's like, "Do you have a planner? We talked about it today, time management in group today." She's like, "Do you have a planner?" She gave us daily planners. I'm like, "There's no way I'm gonna remember to carry a piece of paper around." You know what I mean? I'm better off going back to the backpack situation, getting my one from 2024, and trying to put new pages in it from 2026. You know what I mean? Go to Michael's and go get a new. You know, insert and start over.
I want one of those big calendars, the real big calendars that you can write in.
The ones that the professionals put on their desks with a big, huge, like a giant sticky pad. That's what I want.
The one that productive people use.
Yes.
I want that one.
Productive people. I love that. Not one of those today.
We're getting stuff done, man.
I found that stuff done.
It works for them. I mean, why can't it work for us, right?
Yeah.
Practice makes perfect, Nick.
Yeah.
So we got a bit of a thing going on at the house. With a
individual.
And it's been hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Well,
what's the scenario?
Well,
getting into people's stuff.
Yeah, one of the guys got vulgar and violent words against another one of the roommates. Oof. And it's a hard situation because
and you're just because I'm a little confused. It was a sober house that was run by a company, and now it's not, right? So now it's just y'all renting rooms out together.
Yep. So what happened was it was A+ housing. A+ housing shut down. The person who ran the program was like, "Hey, my main guys, my go-to guys, I'm gonna plug you with the landlord that I work with, so that you guys can have a place to go."
All right. Okay.
So she looked out for us, and we negotiated with the guy, and he signed. We all signed leases.
So you're having trouble with this one individual, right? Is it just like two individuals, or is this guy like messing with everybody? Because there's a difference.
Yes. So I have had an issue with him, but not since then. My brother had an issue with him, but I stopped bringing my brother around because I'm like, if there's somebody that's going to be uncomfortable, it got to be you, not the guy who lives here. So I made that choice. And now it's another roommate who has this same issue with this guy. And nobody wants to see this guy leave or get kicked out. And even if we did, what would that look like? Because, he has a lease, like I have a lease, like everybody here has a lease. Mm-hmm. And the landlord's kind of a softy and doesn't want to put the big boy shoes on and make a move happen. So, I mean, not to stretch it all, but we're kind of grieving a little bit of peace in the house right now. One of the roommates is talking about walking on eggshells and how he doesn't want to be that way in a place where he brings his daughter in. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just a hard situation.
So is this are we having other guests? Or?
Yes. I'm not sure.
Yes,
are we?
We are actually. Someone does want to come on. So.
Okay.
Is it Jason?
It is Jason.
All right. Tiffany, did you ever sign our board?
I did not.
You should.
We don't need you to do that for us.
Absolutely. Tiffany was on it.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
Love you. Bye. That was her shout out in case no one caught that. She's going to be Tiffany's with Tiffany. Michelle Arshiga. Good evening, all from Oklahoma City. My dad was a member of Will Work for Recovery before his passing. Mr. Manny, I hope I say this right. Arshiga.
Maybe before my time.
Oh, Manny.
Yeah, Manny.
Hey, what's her name?
Her name is Michelle.
Hey, Michelle. I knew your dad very well.
Sorry about your loss, honey. We love him and we love you. Hello. Thank you. You as well.
Look, since I lost the small one, we playing with the big
one.
Oh,
for Pete's sake. Oh, hey, you got a shout out, a special shout out. Don't leave yet. You got a special shout out, and I didn't really want to say it all out loud, so you should come and look at it. I'm not going to read it for everybody else to see it, but this guy said this to you.
Is it vulgar?
No, but I'm not putting her information out there like that. Oh. That's up to her if she wants to share that stuff with TV Land.
I mean, like, how come I do? My God.
Just remember this name. That's
okay. I got you.
Okay, Mr. Michael, she got you.
Got you. Fucking trick me.
Sorry.
We'll watch the Fs.
Watch the Fs. Love you.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Later.
So, Jason.
Yes, sir. It's going good.
Yeah.
Going good. Yeah.
Gotcha. You got your collected some clean time tonight, did you?
I did.
Congratulations. How long? Yeah.
January 11th. 1 year.
It's my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It was
111. Good number.
Yeah. It was honestly, it was one of the most uncomfortable years of my life, man.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that you said that, actually, because
blood, sweat,
I'm not lying.
No, me too. My first year of recovery was the most awkward, uncomfortable, like stressful. It was weird.
When you take away something that you've grown accustomed to having, whether and utilizing it for comfort, and you take that away, man, it really exposes who you are as a person. Yeah, and for someone that thought he was tough you know, and in a lot of different ways. I'm a big baby, man. And it's like, and it's, I mean, I'm strength. I have strength. Don't get me wrong. I'm not weak, but it was crazy, man. It was very revealing to me. Just kind of like who we are as addicts, you know? And it's a good thing though, too, because we're learning about ourselves and we're growing and to grow, you have to face fear and be uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
So real quick, we got some more comments. My daughter, hi mama. Michael, hi baby. I love you. Thank you for being my rock this weekend. That Michael guy said some more stuff to Tiffany. Michelle says thank you. He loved his family there. Manny's daughter. Somebody said thanks, Barbie. And congrats. Sophie says, ma'am, you look beautiful. Thank you, Sophie. I miss you and I love you. All right, carry on. Sorry. Got to make sure we get our comments from TV land out here, you know?
Yeah. No doubt.
So I just wanted to say, like, be careful with that. Those feelings are good.
Like, which ones?
The feeling kind of like you've become weak, or that you're realizing that you're weaker than you thought. My first relapse was largely because I felt like this program had made me soft.
Yep.
And I felt like the way I grew up, I couldn't afford to be soft. Right.
Yeah.
And
I carried around my knife way longer than I should have.
Right.
You know.
But you know, I've come to realize when I came back into the program and worked some steps some more and talked with people more, that what I thought was being soft was actually being stronger.
And there's
you know,
exactly
being able to face your feelings and talk about them takes courage and strength, man. Fucking acting like a tough guy and, you know, having those walls up, that all stems from fear.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
So.
And I'm with you 100%.
That's me, dude. If I was a guy, I would drive the biggest truck. I would be so mean. I would drive the biggest truck and have like the douchebag pants and like.
But it's not our fault though. That's how society portrays men.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to be a dude so bad.
You know what I mean? And there is a lot of strength in exposing and telling others that you can't do it all on your own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of strength in that.
Yeah. So real quick, Michael says, "Big O, love me sexy." Remember? Haha. Yeah, I
do remember.
You know, he can see your face doing that. Like, he don't remember it, and we don't know. But you could come and pop. And now that's going to be a thing. Now,
love me sexy. Yeah.
Love me sexy. Like whoever the guy is.
In my mind, he was saying, "I love me some big sexy." I'm like, yeah.
I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, also Sophie says to us, Michael says, we can't have feelings? ? Yes, we absolutely can. Sophie says, go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated.
Hey.
I love that. That's good.
We don't do it for the ones that don't like us. I do it for the ones that do.
Yeah. Chucky says, miss you guys. We miss you too, Chucky.
Yeah,
come on back, Chucky.
Yeah. We need that horn of life.
Chucky be traveling. He be all over the place.
Did he make it to otherwhere?
But you know, Chucky a Minnesotan, so he got friends all over.
All over, yeah. Well, I know he was going to do a mission trip
to South Africa.
Yeah, or
like that,
somewhere.
Ghana, maybe.
I don't know, but it sounds fun.
Am I the only native Minnesotan here? Or?
No, I am.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Definitely am not from
here. I mean, I got the hell out of here when I was 17, and I've been around this country, but I'm back.
I've been here since '89. I think I count.
Where you originally? Yeah,
I was born in '85.
Where are you originally from, though?
Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Michael also says, no, I sang Friday night.
Yup, I do remember.
Big sexy. He can still see you. Like, I don't, shaking your head.
Anyway, hey, check this out. We're talking about grief tonight.
We are.
Thank you for bringing it home.
Yes, thank you for bringing it back full circle. There we go.
Because I did have a question for you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, Chucky's in Ethiopia, you guys. He's watching us from Ethiopia. Wow. Hi, Chucky. Be safe, be careful, and we love you. Come back home safely.
Show us to the Ethiopians.
Dang. All right. So you talked about that feeling of thinking that it's weakness, when your main coping skill, which is drugs and alcohol from us,
Yes.
when that was gone. You know, in treatment, they have you do that assignment, you know, write a letter to your addiction.
Oh,
grieve
I
the
still
loss
have
of your
mine.
addiction.
I still have mine.
At this point, a year in, what is your experience of grieving the fact that you don't have that coping skill left? And please don't say there is none, people, because just because you dislike drugs now and we recognize that it's crappy and maladaptive and it kills us, doesn't mean that it didn't serve a purpose in our lives, and that purpose is no longer being fulfilled, and there will be grief beyond that. What is your experience of that, if I've made any sense?
Can you phrase the question one more
How
time?
do you?
How do I? So for me, it's coming from someone that in my addiction, I didn't love myself.
Yeah.
I hated myself.
Yeah.
Same.
And I hated the things that I did and the things and the person that I became, and it was like it wasn't all a facade, but a lot of it was, you know. And so for me, it's practicing self-love, taking care of myself, looking myself in the mirror and saying, and this is just something I recently started doing, like and looking at myself in the mirror and saying, I love you, dude. You know what I'm saying? Those are things I never did before.
For sure. So that's your new coping skill that you've replaced that with.
And gratitude.
Nice.
That's the one I'm trying to grab at, is the gratitude, because I can't think of anything else, and I'm so bitter and pissed off right now that like I hate everything and everyone right now. I don't want to be Rambo Barbie. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be here anymore, and I'm angry.
And every right to be, by the way.
But I have to be grateful too, because I got to show up for my for my uncle and my mom when my aunt and cousin died. Like that's huge. And I can't imagine what my poor uncle's going through. Like his son and his wife a day apart. Like that's crazy. And I'm just how it was so incredibly cool that I got to go to a meeting, because I didn't know what else to do. And when I don't know what else to do, I try to be grateful. I try to find a meeting. And if I can have those two things and make it to bed clean and wake up clean, I did okay.
Yeah. That's a fantastic coping skill. Searching for that gratitude. It is.
And can I add to it? This is like, there's days where it's like I fail miserably at it. You know what I'm saying? There's days where I kind of like I revert back to my old self.
Yeah.
You know, but so it's like it's literally a process. So now I can see why they say it's like one day at a time, one step at a time, one moment at a time, and it's literally that, because there's times where like our old selves just want to kind of take back that piece of you, or that control, you know what I'm saying, who we were, and just kind of revert back to what you know, because it was that brought us comfort. So, and it's like I said, stepping into uncomfort for me and kind of overcoming fear has been like the biggest challenge for me this last year. And I'm grateful to be alive and to be able to, even though at times like I drag my feet because I'm lazy, and there's times where I procrastinate and I just don't want to do things, but you know, it's any progress is progress, you know. So I got to learn to not be so hard on myself, and we got to learn not to be hard on ourselves, because you know, it's us, I think, or at least for me, is the biggest enemy to me.
It's
me.
Yeah, my daughter actually was just telling me, like, she gets really, really upset. And I want to be a comedian. I like to make fun of myself. It's how I process the dumb shit I do, right? But what I think is funny isn't necessarily what someone else thinks is funny, right? And she's like, Mom, I just don't like it when you're just always talking shit about yourself. She's like, just imagine how it would be, like how you would feel if I just always was like downplaying myself and always talking shit about myself. And I mean, like, I don't know. I get it that like, oh, if you say bad things to yourself, you're going to feel shitty about yourself. And I already do. Right. But I do try to say good things too. And for myself, about myself, not often, but I like to make fun of myself. I can't make fun of you. That's rude. So I'll make fun of me because it's hilarious.
Man, look, make fun of other people. I'm with that part.
I don't want to be a jerk though. I already rub people the wrong way sometimes.
Yeah. Rub them extra hard.
No, they can rub themselves.
Just not for money.
They can rub themselves for their own money. I don't care.
So one of the things that I always say on this topic, and I apologize because I think I just said this last Wednesday. I might have even said it the last time you were on because you
get closer to that mic.
I think that you reminded me of this last time.
Okay.
Is as much as I got myself to a point where I just wanted to die and I hated looking at myself in the mirror and I couldn't even look myself in the eye, as much as that weighs in, I still had to grieve the old self that I was, because it's the only thing that I knew. Right.
Yeah.
Coming into this program and learning to live a new way of life and become a totally different person is uncomfortable and is scary. That person that I hated, that is the only one that I knew. It was the only way I knew how to be. So I had to grieve. I had to actually grieve that part of myself and say goodbye to it. Right. And I think, and it was like you said, it's a daily process. But after a while, after doing the steps, especially, and after doing this for a while, it becomes a way of life. It becomes habit. However, you got to be careful because that habit turned back around. Like when I became complacent and I thought I've got this shit and I don't need this program anymore, I turned back into the person that I hated.
Right. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we know that behaviors build neural pathways.
Right.
We gonna get real treatment on y'all real quick.
I love those words. Neural.
Neuroplasticity.
And those do not go away.
No.
They do not. That's
why I like EMDR so much too. And you can do that. You can do that on
and-
your own.
Yeah.
You know, you're going through a thing, just start doing this. And the harder it is to deal with, sometimes this right here, as stupid as it looks, I don't give a shit. I rock a lot, but this helps. And then when I'm out of my elevated state, I can start calming down, and it's stupid, but it helps.
Yeah. And that creates new pathways as well. And that's what it's about. And like you said, like if I stop doing the right stuff, I'll go back to doing the bad stuff. Let any alcohol come into my system. It's on.
Right. That part.
Immediately I shift to those old pathways, and those bad behaviors are still there. Those bad behaviors are there sober.
Yeah.
Much less with alcohol.
And then exacerbated when you're under the influence. Right. Yeah.
And what I want people to know is that, just for me personally, one of my daily struggles is when those bad behaviors still show up, is not destroying myself because of it. Like I'm a piece of ish. I'm everything but a child of God when I start talking to myself that way. You feel me? And it's just absolutely imperative that I do not do that to myself. It's absolutely imperative that you stop doing that to yourself, because I love you. We love you, but more importantly, I love you, goddammit, and I don't want you to do it anymore.
It's weird. Like I actually have started a little bit to I kind of mentioned it to my therapist last week a little bit, and then all this other stuff happened. So this week I wasn't even with it, so we cut out early. But you know, I don't have a problem talking shit about myself. That's where I feel comfortable, right?
Right.
Because like I feel like if I get too ahead of myself, too arrogant, I'm gonna let it all go to you know what I mean? Like there's
keep yourself in check.
Right.
Fuck
right.
that.
But like I don't ever want to be seen as like arrogant or fucking whatever, or unwelcoming or whatever, you know. And I feel like if I don't know, but
no honor and false modesty.
Honestly, self-deprivation is ego too. Self-deprivation, or when you talk bad on yourself, that's your ego speaking too. Ego has two sides.
Yes, it is. Say that. Say that. Yes.
That is, like, whether you think you're the shit or a piece of shit, it all comes from ego. None of that is humility.
None. And false humility ain't about nothing. It serves no one, least of all you. Face ass.
Things that make you go,
Yeah, that was a mic drop piece of information right there. Yes, here you go.
Yeah, you get to drop the mic.
My name is Nick, and I'm an addict.
And the mic has been dropped.
You know why I said that, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody says, oh, that one guy, Barbie and Big O and that other guy.
What? Oh, yeah.
My name is Nick. My name is Nick.
Nick. His name is Nick. In case anybody doesn't know, that's my friend Nick.
Speaking of ego, my name is Nick.
Yeah, Nick. Listen, hey, you guys ever heard of lumpia?
What is it?
Lumpia?
No,
Oh, you
never
guys
met her.
You won't. I mean, you could. It's delicious. It's tasty. It's like a little spring roll, but not. And it's got meat in it, and it's lumpia, and it's nummy, and you dip it, and it's nummy.
Is this some Washington stuff that we don't know about?
I mean,
here?
I think it's. I don't know what nationality is, but it's different. It's a different country. I think it's old country stuff. So
Like an egg roll.
yeah, but not.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
I don't know.
Have to check that out.
it's good. I got to eat some
It
lumpia
sounds
when I went home.
delicious, but not.
You dip it in it, like in that fish sauce, that little orange sauce.
You can, or
Yeah.
you can dip it in sweet and sour, whatever.
Right on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
an egg roll.
It
Yeah.
ain't though. It's called lumpia.
Okay.
Lumpia.
Yeah, lumpia. Yeah,
Okay.
it's good. Cindy Jones, good job, Nick.
Thank you.
There it is. We got us a shout out for Nick. Oh, thank you, Cindy. He needed that. Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
So there's you guys remember Smokey the Bear? Only you can prevent forest fires.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, out in Washington, they've got this giant Smokey the Bear sign, but it says only you can prevent tyranny.
Mm.
So my daughter took a picture of me prison style squatted down in front of the tyranny sign. Yeah.
Tyranny.
And then like I haven't been to Washington and like since I was there in 2019 when I got engaged, and then I hadn't been back there since like the early 2000, like 2001. And so I haven't seen most of my cousins. This one cousin of mine I hadn't seen since she was like 8 and I was 12. And I'm squatted down to go take the picture for my daughter, and my daughter's facing me and I'm facing the street, right? And across the street, directly across the street, there's this little Shell gas station. I don't even know how she recognized me. I had my nose chain in. It could have been that. Could have been the pale white. I don't know. But I had both my hoods on and I was crouched down, and across the street I hear EJ. And my daughter's like, Mom, who knows you on the street right now? It's my cousin. And I got to see my other aunt. So that was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've never been to Washington.
I'm from there. It's so nice.
So is that the place where they got those like redwood trees?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that'd be cool. I've seen pictures of them, man, and it's like it looks.
You can stand inside of them and stuff. Yeah.
I heard like there was one with like a road that goes through it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or some crazy stuff.
I want to hug a redwood.
Oh my God, that's so
That would
funny.
be
My
the
daughter,
type for you to hug.
my daughter was talking so much crap to me about being a tree hugger.
Yeah.
Because as soon as we got there, I walked up to a big birch tree and I just gave it a big hug. And I was like, I love you,
Yeah.
Mr. Birch. And she's like, God, you're such a tree hugger. And I was like, I sure am. And you should be too. They give you oxygen and life.
Does anybody else touch trees when they go by? Be like, hi.
I do. And do you know trees
Yeah.
are aware? You can get a tree to touch you if you ask it politely.
Inappropriately?
No.
I'm sorry. My
Jesus,
mind went someplace else.
Murphy, it's a tree. Don't be
They say
weird.
to discharge negative energy in the body.
What's
if you
getting
put
discharged?
if
What
you
the?
put
Shut
one
your
hand on
mouth.
the
All right, I'm
tree
done.
with the
I'm
bare
done.
foot and your other bare
Yes.
feet on the ground,
Yep.
it discharges negative energy
Yeah.
from your body. Now, if it's true or not, I don't know.
It
But
does make
it's-
you feel good though.
Yeah.
It does. Like I've had upset stomach several, like I have a lot of gastrointestinal problems.
Yeah.
And when I'm like, if it's real bad, I will go, if I can, stand barefoot or at least put both of my palms and concentrate on the transfer of energy, and my stomach will start to feel better. I know it sounds
Hey.
cuckoo and I don't give a shit what you think.
Not really.
Well, that's like giving it
Touch
to God.
grass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Touch some grass. Man.
Yeah, it's
Really-
called earthing.
Yeah. Put your
Yep,
feet,
earthing,
put your
grounding,
toes in the
earthing,
dirt.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, we are almost at 9 o'clock. So we're going to do some shout outs. I'm starving. I'm ready to get out.
That
of here.
went fast.
It
I'm
did go
actually
really
hungry,
fast.
too.
Yeah, I'm starving. I don't really have a oh, I do. No matter where you're at, you can always find a meeting. If you're struggling, find one. If you
Yeah.
don't know what to do, ask someone for help. If you're not strong enough to ask for help, find somebody that you actually kind of mostly trust and just send them an exclamation point or something, whatever you got to do.
Or just be
Talk
around.
about it. Talk about it.
Yeah.
If you can't talk about it, be with somebody. Go help somebody to get yourself out of your own head. Go to a meeting and listen to other people's problems.
Amen, sister.
Yeah.
That's what I got. Shout out.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to Northwest Twin Cities handyman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a handyman for any of your household needs, give us a call 612-417-9957.
And that number again is
612-417-9957.
ask
There
for.
you go.
Nick.
All
That's
right.
me.
Thanks, Nick.
Shout out on my end. Well, if you want to check out a Facebook page that I got, it's called J Poet. It's my pen name, JAYPOET. I'm kind of exploring like this kind of creative side of me. And so I got some music on there. I got some poetry on there. I got some things that I'm writing on there, creative writing, kind of my testimony. And the site is about my relationship with God and just kind of my experiences in life and my relationship with God.
Nice.
So yeah, it's J Poet on Facebook.
All right. I just popped that up there. J Poet, Facebook.
I could definitely stand to get a spoken word night going on.
You know what? I would love that so much because I do actually have some things that I wrote, but it's awfully sad.
Yeah.
Awfully sad.
Oh, yeah. I hope
That would be
Is
cool.
it sad enough to make other people sad?
Oh, God. Absolutely.
Yes.
It'll make you cry. It'll make you
can't
wonder
wait.
what's really going on with yourself.
I was gonna share a poem I wrote, but I actually tonight, but I kind of chickened out. But you know, maybe at some point because I
Maybe at
like
some
spoken
point.
word poetry and you know,
So
that's just,
when you say music, did you mean rap?
so it's like hip hop. I would describe it like when it like me, I'm a thoughtful writer.
Mhm.
Like so for me to like be like I'm a rapper, like no, I'm not a rapper because I couldn't like just sit here and just start spitting bars. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
It's like when I write, it's got to be thoughtful. So it's I would describe it as more like spoken word hip hop.
So my son is a rapper and
Yep.
he's like a real lyricist. You
Yep.
know, like he puts a lot of thought and creativity into his lyrics.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
My daughter makes and sells music beats. Like she'll make tracks
That's a
just of
great
the
idea.
music. Yeah, she sells them and she's good, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, she's a little ghostwriter.
All right, then. I am not going to shout out karaoke every Friday night from 8:30 till the last song is sung
No, you're
because
not,
I shout that out every week. So I'm
Right.
going to do something different today.
Okay, because you kind of just did, but whatever.
I am going to shout out, man, just fellowship. I don't know what fellowship you belong to, but I really want to encourage everybody to find somebody, a group of people who you know. You don't know the sense of well-being and lovedness I feel when I walk into a work for recovery and I see you guys.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And yeah.
cool.
Shoot, you're one of the people that I call when I'm having
Yeah.
a tough time. I called you today.
Hey, I just remembered because I wore her sweater the other day. I told myself that I would do this and I forgot, but my friend Nicole Jacobs has a program called Real Recovery.
Oh, I've heard of that.
REEL.
Yeah,
They
the
do
fishing.
Yes. So check out Real Recovery.
Oh,
It's for
Nicole.
addicts to get into fishing.
Let me
All
type
right.
that in here. It's REEL.
Recovery.
I like fishing is all I'm saying.
Nicole.
Who's down for some ice fishing?
Jacobs.
Jacob. You said that.
He's like, I'm from Chicago.
I'm not afraid of the ice though, but the ice fishing just ain't like awesome times.
I ice fished
But I'm
with
not
my
afraid of
dad.
the ice. Like I went to a bonfire on a frozen lake
Oh, yeah.
before.
Yep.
You know, like I put that shit. I told my family about it. They was like, "So you just gonna let them white folk talk you into everything?" That's always whenever I tell them some wild shit I did.
Just the white folk. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always like, "So you was hanging out with white people again?"
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Because we're in charge of the wild shit.
the wild
Yeah.
shit, yeah, that's well known facts.
Got me wide,
Barbie,
wide open.
Are you gaining the weight back?
Did you just call me fat?
No.
Why? What? No, it's just somebody the other day actually was like, "You're too skinny. I can see your bones," and I was like, "Fuck off."
Oh,
Oops, sorry about my F.
I don't know.
Why is my face filling out finally?
No, but you didn't have a shirt on earlier, and I was looking at your butt, and I was like, "Is it starting to get plump again?" Is all I'm saying. You know, I love you like a sister. I'm just noticing some stuff that's, you know, it ain't my fault. It got, you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Are you done?
I am done.
All right, I have been doing squats because I know I look like an unhealthy twig.
I
It
feel
might
hel-
be those form-fitting.
I feel like it's
I don't. You know what? Oh my god, I have to listen. Oh,
Hey.
here's my shout out. Any ladies that are like tiny, I need work business appropriate pants because all mine are butt cheek pants. I lost so much weight that I can't wear jeans no more. None of my other regular pants fit, so now I gotta wear these stupid things. I'm sick of them too. I know you're not sick of them, but I am.
Hey, I be feeling like it's my duty to bring a little naughtiness to the podcast.
Yeah, anyway.
Nobody else does it.
Because missionaries and Mormons and
the missionaries done get no.
What? You better stop.
I
You
stopped.
better
You see
stop.
how I stopped myself
Don't.
that time.
We love you, TV Land. We love all of our supporters. And if you're struggling, reach out. Did we get all the shout outs?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Love you, TV Land.
Peace
Come join
out.
us again next week. Bye.
Later.